Food waste is a major problem in our country. It's a cultural problem. And unfortunately, we continue to waste 40% of the food that's produced in our country. So a lot of time, effort, human resources, natural resources go into raising food, and then a lot of it doesn't make it to people's mouths.
Food waste is depressing and inspiring at the same time. The fact that we are the wealthiest nation on the planet and we still have not figured out how to make sure that none of our citizens go to bed hungry completely blows my mind.
The choices that we make every single day are affecting a lot of other people within our food system.
There's a lot of misconceptions out there as to what happens when food ends up in the landfill. I think most people think it's just fine. It eventually breaks down and gets magically composted and spread over the soil somewhere. Not true. All it does is create methane. That methane is piped, captured, and most of it is just flared into the atmosphere. It's a short-lived greenhouse gas, but it's up to 80 times as potent as CO2.
One thing that I really advocate is composting anything that you can't eat. If it's not going to be used for nutrition or feeding people, then it could at least be turned back into rich soil and to grow more food in the future. And it feels really good to know that we're not sending any food to landfills, because restaurants are a big culprit in food ending up in landfills, which produces a lot of methane gas, which harms the environment.
Chefs are certainly going to be they should be the voice for this food waste movement.
To be as sustainable as we can, we have to practice very hard every day. And so what we do, we use all these different scraps that we have from the preparation, and we teach all the stagiaires, the people that are coming to stage to learn what to do with that kind of food, as my grandmother was teaching me when I was a kid.
The final night of Slow Food Nations, we've rescued all the potential food waste from the entire weekend, and we're reimagining it into a meal. And all of us are here taking shifts in the commissary kitchen to interpret these ingredients and turn them into something new.
I'm really incredibly excited to be part of the Food Waste Family Meal, getting to rub shoulders with some chefs that I already know well, and then others, and seeing what we can kind of come up with on the fly.
So I kind of went a little bit Native American and a little bit South American. There was extra flour, random spices I turned into a Navajo-style fry bread. Then there was leftover avalanche cheddar cheese, which we turned into a cotija style.
Making some grilled scallions with soubise and nduja, and some roasted apple cannolis. So we hollowed out the apples, roast them, and then we're going to pipe them through with ricotta and nuts and honey and coconut.
A little antipasta plate. It's all things that we found in the cooler and repurposed. So this is just going to be on the table when they sit out.
To take scraps from such a thoughtful and high level of ethics culinary experience, and to take all of those individual components and recreate a new dining experience for people, it's great. It's just an amazing statement on food waste.